be snowbirds in some cases, sometimes students who would be living in Florida half the year and New York half the year, and they would register to vote in both places, which is a felony. But they would do it, and it's kind of hard to detect because we have no national database of voters. We could have one. I mean, and you wouldn't have to have a national voting system, which I would oppose. I want it to be a state voting system. But think how relatively easy it would be if everyone, who's a voter in Oregon is identified by name, date of birth, and social number, that you could easily put that in a database, and if you end up with 2 Lars Larsons voting, or 2 Jerrys voting, then you're able to detect we've got 2 people who are registered to vote at the same time. And unless it's a transition where you're moving from one place to another, then you're breaking the law, and that person should be prosecuted.
And all the more easy to violate the law that way by having all this early voting, mail-in vote, all this kind of stuff, rather than having people show up. They don't have the time to go to multiple states if they have to physically show up in person and vote. And so that's why I hate our system of voting here in this state.
Oh, I think you should, because it's a problem. I mean, this little problem in Clackamas County shows just how easy it would be to manipulate the vote by having somebody enhance your ballot. They notice that you've forgotten to vote for president, so they use one of those little ballot stamps, and they have, in fact, allowed folks at the elections headquarters to enhance ballots. I figure if you don't fill your ballot out, it doesn't count. I mean, why should it?
Exactly. I don't vote on every thing that's on the ballot. If there's somebody unopposed for something I feel is going to be, a waste of my time, I don't fill it out. But I'm always worried about the people in the elections headquarters are just going to start showing up with more and more boxes of ballots that got down in the back room, like the way Gregoire got into the governorship of Washington.
Yeah, and all they'll do is they'll count till they get the result that they want. Same thing happened in Minnesota. They put Al Franken into the U.S. Senate, and arguably without Franken in the Senate, Obamacare wouldn't be a law today. So if you want to know the kind of consequences you could have on a 300 or 400 vote difference where people are able to cheat, I really wish we would go to my ATM voting system, but that's my crazy idea. I actually think it could work, and I would love to have a 24-hour poll opening and poll closing where every poll in America, every part of America opens at the same minute during the day and then closes exactly 24 hours later everywhere at exactly the same time, whether it's New York, Portland, or Hawaii. You got the Lars Larson Show.
We are your election station 24/7. On air, online, mobile. FM News 101, KXL.
Good afternoon. It's 2:30. I'm Rosemary Reynolds. Clackamas County Commissioners held an emergency meeting to reassure residents that their votes will be properly recorded. The meeting was called after allegations of ballot tampering surfaced last week. Chair Charlotte Blaine encourages people who have not voted to do so.
Every ballot is important, and we don't want people to just toss it aside.
Let me give you the phone number. 503
Now with Brett Recant.
All right, Rosemary, pretty quiet day out in Portland so far. A few surface street accidents to tell you about, though. We still have that injury accident out in Forest Grove dealing with. It's at Pacific Highway and U Street. Elsewhere out west, Sunset 217, moving at freeway speed. Southeast Portland crew still dealing with 2 accidents, one at Southeast Foster and Jenny, the other at 44th and Hawthorne. And that one at Hawthorne does involve a motorcycle rider. Haven't heard any news as to his status. I'm Brett Recamp in the traffic center.
Portland's most weather 24/7.
We'll look for increasing sun for at least partly sunny skies. The record today is 68. We got a shot to be around 67, so pretty warm. I'm KGW News Channel 8 meteorologist Nick Allard for FM News 101.
Well, let's check the coast now at Astoria. It is 57 degrees under partly sunny skies. Vancouver checks in at 62. And in Salem, it's 64. Right here in downtown Portland, blue skies, a little bit of sunshine, 62 degrees. Join us tomorrow evening for complete election coverage starting at 7 p.m. We're your election station, FM News 101.
Hey, I've got a honeydew list almost every single week. Tina has me cleaning up, but when it comes to carpets, you know where I go? Zero Res. Is cleaning those carpets on your holiday to-do list? Well, you could call one of the many carpet cleaners out there, or you could do what I do and call the best. That would be none other than Zero Res. Z-E-R.